We've spent $250 to $300 billion here. You say you don't care about Crimea. And so if you don't care
You're
about...
going to harp on that point?
Yeah, okay. Do you care about the Donbass?
Yeah, I care about.
Okay, so what
I
part
care
of the,
about it,
so
but that's not my argument.
Do you care about Mariupol? Do you think Mariupol is Russia or Ukraine's?
Not informed on Mariupol.
Okay, then this is not even a discussion worth
It's
having.
not a
then.
discussion
No,
because I can't be informed on one thing.
Okay, how about the Donetsk region?
Not informed.
Okay, again, this is like very basic
Inform me then.
Ukrainian.
Inform me then.
No, again, I'm not going to spend time educating on stuff that you can find at ChatGPT. Here's the point, okay? Here's the critical point, okay?
What's up, amazing people of YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. I'm your host, Elario, and today I'm back with another super amazing video and check out with you guys. This video is called "Know It All Has Major Attitude as Kirk wrecks his argument." You know the drill, guys. We talk less and we react more. Let's check this one out.
That's a Dennis Rodman shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, it's tough, huh? I've been trying to talk to you for years, man. It's crazy. You know Destiny, right? You have to, right?
Know of him, yeah.
Oh, bro, debate him, please. But I'm the second best thing. Okay. So I think I'm gonna start. That pulling out of Ukraine, do you think it ruined America's reputation around the world? I think so. So I want to hear your opinion on it. Then we can chat about it.
What do you mean by pulling out of Ukraine? What do you mean by that?
We basically pulled out the funding for Ukraine, America, Trump.
Yeah, I mean, we've frozen it. Yeah, but we're also brokering peace, which I think would improve America's standing around the world for sure. We need to end this war, end the slaughter of all the people between the Russian and
we
Ukraine.
need to end it the right way. Ending war isn't always the best thing, in my opinion. You need to end it the right way.
And what would that mean? Millions of more people dead?
No, it would actually mean fighting off Russia with economically. We need to add more sanctions. Sanctions is number one. Sanctions will kill Russia
know Trump
off.
did that last week, right?
Yeah, that's great. No, whoa. Everything Trump does is not a bad thing. I need everybody here to know that. Everything Trump does is not a bad thing.
No,
Trump
we agree.
does some good things.
A lot of good things.
lot of bad things. So America has went down the tank economically, too. I hate to switch topics like this, but economic, yeah, I know.
So we're off Ukraine, or we're on
let's
economics?
We're going to stay with Ukraine. We're going to stay with Ukraine. So we promised Ukraine that we would stay in there if we took their nukes away, right? We're going to take your nukes away, and then we're going to help you. So
I mean,
do you agree that we made a promise with Ukraine to continue to defend them? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, Biden did, of course, but the question is at what cost and what expense, and how much money have we spent on the Ukrainian war?
I'll answer that right after I do this. Actually, I'll answer first. How much money have we spent? A shit ton. I agree. Actually,
$300 billion.
And most of that, you know where most of that is from? Old military weaponry. We take our old military weapons, since we haven't been a war for like for forever. We just have old military weaponry sitting around. We have old military weaponry sitting around. We have old military weaponry sitting around. So we ship it to Ukraine so we don't have to pay it.
First of all, that's not true. We spent down our reserves. We gave them new F-35s. We gave them new ballistic missiles. We gave them new Tomahawk missiles. We gave them new Javelin missiles. The Javelin is not antiquated technology. And not to mention that our own reserves and our own capacity to fill our armaments has now been depleted because of Ukraine. Do you know we've also written checks
to... We're jump right there?
I'm sorry, what?
We're going to jump? Because most of the allocated funds
I'm going to keep going. We also put money straight into
I got to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
Straight into their pension system.
I got to cut you off, man, because you just said a bunch of stuff and I got to respond to it. So most of the funds that are allocated to Ukraine are old weaponry. That is a fact. That is absolutely a fact. I'm surprised you didn't know that, but you can't just...
Again, it's just not true. So we are funding their pension system.
Look it up.
We are funding their entire government. The entire Ukrainian government is supported by wire transfers done from the Western
UN
world.
And US, I agree.
Not to mention the missiles that they are actually firing are not, quote, outdated. They're ones that we should actually be able to use against the cartels.
No, I agree with that, because we are developing...
I don't want to spend too much time on this because...
Really? This is super important. This is the biggest political aspect ever, because we're losing foreign trust. We're losing foreign trust. You don't think so?
No, again, of course not. What does peace look like in Ukraine? Tell me the exact latitude and longitude that will make you happy. And is Crimea Russia's or Ukraine's?
I don't care about Crimea. It can be Russia's or Ukraine's.
That's the most important part of the entire war, man.
This is
literally the last point of negotiation.
You want my opinion? This is my opinion. I totally agree. Way too many deaths have happened in Ukraine. I understand the other perspective that that millions of people died in Ukraine, and we want that to stop any way possible. But this way that we're doing it is not correct. If we're allowing Russia to just take the land and just take the land and have no repercussions, what's stopping them from doing it again? Nothing. Nothing stopping them from doing it again. We need precautions. They already broke 3 agreements so far. Please tell me what's going to stop Russia from just doing it again. What's going to stop them?
Again, so first of all, you come from the wrong premise.
Get a load of this.
You come from the incorrect premise, as if that we are not currently being tough on Russia, and that we're not currently being tough on them.
Bro, we're slopping on them right now. What are
And
you talking about? Trump is
we
slopping
have
on that
sanctions,
shit, bro.
we have
Oh, I'm
tariffs.
sorry. I didn't mean to cuss. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but again, I just want to be very perfectly clear, which is we've spent $250 to $300 billion here. You say you don't care about Crimea, and so if you don't care
You're going
about
to harp on that point?
yeah, it's okay. Do you care about the Donbass?
Yeah, I care about.
Okay, so what
I
part
care
of the,
about it,
so
but that's
name-
not my
do-
argument.
Do you care about Mariupol? Do you think Mariupol is Russia or Ukraine's?
Not informed on Mariupol.
Okay, then this is not even a discussion worth
It's
having.
not a
then.
discussion
No,
because I
if you
can't
don't-
be
it's-
informed on one thing.
Okay, how about the Donetsk region?
Not informed.
Okay, again, this is like very basic
Inform me then.
Ukrainian.
Inform me then.
No, again, I'm not going to spend time educating on stuff that you can find at ChatGPT. Here's the point, okay? Here's the critical point, okay? Which is that this is now a question over geography. And so I'm not going to dialogue with you on it if you don't even know the main towns that
So
are in
do you
question.
think all the U.S. You're just talking about old territories owned by the USSR? Like that's just what we're talking
no,
about.
that's currently Russian-controlled land because of the war. The question is, should they keep it or not? That is what's being negotiated.
Yeah,
Should
but I'm arguing if they're invading more. I'm not arguing for keeping any land. I'm arguing for if they should continue to invade more land and what's keeping them from invading more land, which you won't answer.
Yeah, okay, again, the minerals deal, part of it is a security agreement. Number 2, we should actually have a warmer relationship with Russia, which would prevent Russian expansion
Because
throughout
we're
Ukraine.
pussies, yes.
Well, okay, again, it's easy for you to say that. Do you think it was wrong for us to work with Russia to defeat the Nazis?
No, because Russia, it wasn't as bro. Russia. We can. Whoa. Please don't think I'm stumbling. First of all, Germany is 1,000 times worse than Russia is right now. Like, I'm actually coming from a normal perspective on this. Like you're saying, it's reasonable to say that we're losing too many Ukrainians. Like, I understand that. That's why letting them have some land is almost understandable to me. But what's not understandable is that we have nothing to prevent them from taking more. I feel like you would agree with this. We need stronger, reasonable, like, lining to make sure they don't just break another deal. You know how many deals they broke already?
And
3.
we broke
They
a lot of
3
deals. You know, we broke a lot of deals too. We said NATO would not expand eastward. We said we would not involve our. No, we broke that deal. That was America.
Yeah, I know. That's
So
my point. We're fucking sucking right now.
No, dude. You understand? NATO expansion happened before Trump. Like, you got to calm down, man. Like,
No, this is too serious to be calm, man.
George W. Bush broke the NATO agreement. Biden broke the NATO. So, for example, we said
You
that
think
NATO
I
would.
condone that? No.
Okay, Biden broke the agreement we had with Russia that NATO would not expand eastward. Finland joined NATO under Joe Biden. So,
I'm
again,
not a Biden stan. I'm talking about America.
Okay, that's.
No, wait. What are you trying to say then? Tell me.
I'm disproving all of your points, and you're not
How
even
so?
internalizing
All right,
it. Okay.
tell me one more time. I'm super listening.
Okay, again, man. Like, you're a perfect example.
Are you gonna
And I'm going to say this
are you
as
gonna
lovingly
inform
as I
me?
can.
Inform me.
You're a perfect example of someone who thinks you know everything about a topic, and you know literally nothing
I
about a
literally
topic.
said I didn't know 3 things.
So thank you for your time.
Really? You're not going to inform me?
Thank you. We spent enough time on it. Thank you.
Scared at.
He should take a Hillsdale College online course. CharlieForHillsdale.com. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the way this panned out, I feel like Stan didn't really know what he was talking about. I mean, yes, he had some of his points, but as I said, or as I've said before, if you're going to go up against Charlie, then you've got to know your source. You've got to be well informed, right? You've got to have your facts like written at the back of your hand. And the fact that he won't even allow Charlie to finish making his point and then cut in and say something else, like, no. This guy just came for his voice to be heard. He didn't come to have a conversation. Because if he did, then what Charlie was saying would have at least sunk in to provide a more rational point of discussion, you know. And trust Charlie to always hit the nail on the head when he told him that, yeah, one of those people that think they know everything about the topic but know absolutely nothing. For Charlie to put or stereotype this man like that, I feel like what he's asking him are basic things he's meant to know that are in relation to what he's trying to push for. So he has no excuse for not knowing, because I know even Charlie knows that one does not know everything. But for the fact that he seemed like someone that knew it all, I think that was just the triggering factor here. And at some point, so it's almost like he had been caught red-handed. Yeah. When a discussion came about Trump and thereabout, he acquiesced before he then caught himself, as if he wanted to like recheck his stance, and then said, Trump doesn't entirely do good things. In fact, most of the things he has done is bad, but he has done some good things too. So I feel like he didn't really know where he stood. And I don't know, if we were to see from Charlie's point of view, this war, according to Charlie, is literally milking their reserves dry, is making them run out of resources. In fact, things are going bad for them in their country. And Charlie is mentioning sums, $300 billion on a war. Why would anyone want to stay vested in a war? Why would anyone want to support a war? I feel like even down to the past administration, what they should have done was to find a way to initiate and negotiate a peace treaty. And the worst part of everything is that this conflict is over land, is over property. It's something that can easily be resolved. I don't know why they feel like this bloodshed is necessary, but the man in power right now, Donald Trump, is not someone that wants to waste money. He's not someone that wants to put other people's interests first, because according to the student, they are losing foreign trust. But would you help someone else at your own expense? Because that's clearly what they want him to do. Yes, the past administration must have promised to stand by Ukraine come what may. But I feel like right now, the most important thing is how to broker peace between these two countries. Make them stay at peace with each other. And try to bring them together instead of further aiding in tearing them apart. I feel like that's just the right thing to do. And if in the sense that Russia or whichever party does not stop the invasion on each other, then maybe further actions can be taken. But as of now, for Trump to pull out of that particular notion of aiding Ukraine, then you should know that something is up, right? It's just something that he can't afford to do anymore. The past administration didn't mind, but as a man who wants to put his people first, as a man who wants to put America first, he feels like that money that is going to a war that he didn't cause or he isn't a part of would do better working for the American people. And I just feel like this is where both Charlie and President Trump are coming from. But anyway, guys, tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and please do leave a thumbs up for us at the end of this video. If you just joined the channel for the first time, please click that bell button to be notified when I drop a new video. And of course, subscribe to follow us for more updates. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe.